You get leads that expect a professional and confident experience immediately. So the
Yep.
preparation isn't just hiring another body. It's not just hiring another coordinator and hoping for the best, right? Hoping that their
Hmm.
training at whatever other law firm they worked at works. It's building a repeatable system that can convert qualified demand without degrading client experience. So I think there's a couple points to that. First is centralizing what we talked about intake a bunch today, but centralizing that intake ownership. So somebody has to be accountable for the follow up and speed and consistency of all of that, right? Second, standardize the qualification and the routing. So not only defining what a great client looks like, but defining what matters you won't take, defining where leads should go, who they go to, how they come in, but how they get routed, right? Volume without filtering is just a very, very expensive distraction.
Hmm.
Third, design capacity management like a business function. So real visibility into attorney capacity. Too often we see law firms that like, oh yeah, I'm free. Okay, you don't actually know how many hours you're putting in or what you're spending it on. And we focus on certain metrics, particularly at larger B2B firms, that could be improved. And at B2C firms, we just miss metrics left, right, and center. So real visibility into attorney capacity, matter types, underlying data on those matter types, right? And then timelines for all of it so that you can say yes confidently, knowing where it's going to go, and then say no quickly if it doesn't fit into your buy box side. Private equity, we can say what we want about private equity and their structure of a lot of things, particularly into law firms. That's a whole separate topic that this is not designed for. But private equity knows what their buy box is most often, and they're very, very focused with blinders on that buy box. And I
Hmm.
think there's a lesson there for law firms to take in is what do we want coming in and how do we focus on that and say no to everything else. More
Hmm.
revenue and more clients is not always the best answer. And then fourth, I think, is systematize the client experience. First 30 days, yes, but also the entire thing. So that's where trust is built. And it's trust in your attorney, but it's also trust in the firm. At larger firms, uh, sometimes you get institutional clients that stay with the firm, but most of the time the trust is built into the attorney. But pushing the attorney in a way that allows that trust to be built in the attorney and the firm simultaneously is super helpful. Otherwise, the attorney experience is very hit or miss, right? So
Hmm.
my opinion is that the firms that win deliver immediate clarity, next steps, timelines, what's going to work, what's not, how communication works, who's doing what. Um, and if you do all that, if you do those four, ownership, routing, qualification, capacity management, client experience, I think you end up getting a level of selectivity that's where the real opportunity comes in.